We're going to talk today about becoming a professional actor. I get asked all the time, what are the steps I need to take to become a professional, to pursue my dreams? Today I'm going to cover a few of those for you so you can get started on that path to the success you have in your future. The first step that everyone who's an adult should do is level 1. And we discussed this in our last video. But level 1 is the learning stage, the intern stage. This includes short films, student films, 48-hour films, zero-budget feature films. These are projects that are made by people who are not very experienced. They usually have very little money. You're not going to make very much money working on them, but that's not the reason to work on them. You're going to work on them to get better. Because any new skill that you try to do in life, when you first start doing it, you're usually not very good. So, we want to get you onto these level 1 projects to screw up, to fail, to be terrible, to be horrible, to suck. It's okay, because every time you do it, you'll get better and better and better. And we want you to learn on a $100 student film, not on a $100 million feature film. We want you to fall on your face on a little 48-hour film, not on a network TV show. Okay? You want to learn at this stage, at the intern stage. Now, you want to spend 6 to 9 months at this level 1 stage. Anything more than that, you're wasting your time. You want to move up to level 2. But you need to go through that 6 to 9 months of training to learn the skills that you need as you move up the levels of this industry. Now, I've met a few actors in my life who have tried to skip level 1, and I'll give you a couple of examples. It never went very well. I was working on a film once where the other actor in the movie was a former soldier, had been in war in Iraq, retired from the military, moved to LA, started studying with one of the top acting teachers in LA. But he wasn't acting in front of the camera. I remember the director was so excited. He told me that he cast this real soldier to play a soldier in his movie. So I had a scene with this guy. It was the guy's first day on set. We show up. We do my coverage first. They spin the camera around onto this guy. This was a big, muscular, tough guy who had bombed. He had avoided bombs and bullets while fighting in a war. He was not a guy filled with fear. But when that camera turned on him, and it was right there in his face, and he had to bring a character to life and be real and honest and emotional in the moment with a crew surrounding him, he was scared. Now in the scene, he's supposed to be drinking a glass of tea as he's chatting with me. They start rolling the camera, they call action, and I see his hands start to shake. And as the scene progresses, as he raises that glass to start drinking, it's shaking so badly that the tea is just spilling out of the cup. They had to recast him. That cost them a lot of money, and that director will never work with this actor again. Now he screwed up because he skipped level 1. He jumped into level 2 and he wasn't ready. I was working on another movie once where I had an intense scene, a lot of actors, and this particular actor I had chatted with before we were shooting, and I was talking about the levels of the industry like I often do. And he said, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not doing student films and short films and zero budget feature films. He goes, I'm an actor. Taken lots of acting classes. I've been an extra in some of the biggest movies in the world. I'm not going to waste my time doing student films. I said, sure, cool, whatever. So, we get on set, they call action. There's a lot of us actors involved in the scene, and every time it gets to him, he freezes. Director calls cut, sets up again, calls action. This actor freezes again and again and again. So finally the director says, all right, let's take an hour break for you to learn your lines. Now that cost a huge amount of money. But I knew it wasn't about him knowing his lines, because I'm sure when he was sitting in his trailer looking in the mirror, he knew them fine. The issue was he'd never been on a set with a camera in his face, having to bring a character to life. So after an hour, we come back to set, and the director calls action, and he freezes again. See the producer walk over to the director, whisper in the director's ear. She walked over to me and whispered in my ear, take his lines. And she looked at that actor and said, you're fired. That's a horrible thing to see. It's heartbreaking to see. But the reason it happened to him is because he skipped level 1. He didn't learn the skills he needed. He didn't get it out of his system. He didn't screw up when it didn't matter that he screwed up. So I implore you to go through level 1, learn, grow, get better, then move to level 2. So spend that 6 to 9 months learning. Now, on the other side of the equation are those people who are at level 1 for 5, 6, 10 years. Don't do that. This is the learning stage, the intern stage. You don't want to stay there. This is not something you do the rest of your life. This is not a professional level. This is a learning level. So a lot of people I see where they mess up and they get stuck at level 1 is they don't know how to get booked for level 2. Now you might remember from the last video, level 2 are those roles in TV shows and films that are placeholder roles. They're little tiny roles that oftentimes they don't even have a name. It's waitress, cop, reporter, farmer, whatever. They're there to help tell the other people's stories. They make the world of the movie or the TV show more real. But it's not about them. And the problem is, a lot of actors go into the room to audition for these roles and they act. They make strong choices to stand out. And they never book the role. Here's what you keep in mind for these small placeholder roles. You just want to be real and throw it away. Remember, a lot of these roles, these characters, they're doing or saying something that they do or say 100 times a day. So when the waitress walks up to the table and she says to the 2 series regulars, "Can I get you another coffee?" It's something she says 100 times a day. It ain't a big deal for that character. Therefore, it should not be a big deal for the actor. So you have to learn to just throw it away and trust that you being real and you being you is enough. Okay? I have a great friend in LA who's a big casting director in one of the largest casting offices in LA, and he casts a top 5 network TV show. And he shared with me that the biggest problem he sees with actors coming in trying to book these small co-star roles is they create a backstory for the character and they make these strong choices, these bold choices, and they come in and they bring that character to life. And they walk out and the producers laugh. Because what these actors don't realize is that when a co-star leaves the screen, they're supposed to be forgotten because it is not about that character. Okay? And my friend told me, he's like, if we were to cast one of these actors as the waiter, and the scene talking to these 2 series regulars on this major network TV show, and this actor comes to do a scene and asks about the coffee. But he's made these choices that his wife left him that morning or his mother died, and so he's filled with angst and sadness. His eyes are brimming with tears as he asks, "Can I get you another coffee?" Well, when that character leaves the screen, the audience is going to wonder, what does that character have to do with the bigger story? Because there's something more there. There's something bigger than just a waiter asking if they need another cup of coffee. They'll never get cast. So don't make that mistake. Save those choices, save those emotional things for level 3 and level 4, not for level 2. Level 2, in almost all circumstances, you just want to walk in, throw it away, and walk out. Just be you. Obviously, there are always exceptions to every single role, but 95% of the time, that's what you want to do. Just throw it away. So remember, you want to have fun, throw it away, enjoy yourself. As you move into level 2, you don't have to stay there very long. You're going to book a few roles. You're going to build value for your commodity, and your commodity is you, an acting product. Okay? Every time you book a level 2 role, you're adding value. And you're lessening the risk that a producer has to take when they cast you. Because for a producer to cast an unknown commodity, they're taking a risk. Because just like those 2 actors I told you about who had to be replaced, that costs them money and time. So if they look at your resume and say, "Oh, well, Joe's booked 3 or 4 co-star roles," he can show up on set and do a job and be a professional and not get fired. He is someone we can trust to cast in our project. So that's what you want to do. And then after a little while, book several of these co-star roles, you're going to move up to level 3. All right? We always want to keep our business moving up, up, up. Never settle for any level. I'll talk in another video about moving to level 3 and the pitfalls that cause some actors to spend their entire career at level 2. Now they might make a lot of money. They might be able to tell their mama and their best friend they're in a lot of TV shows. But I guarantee you they're not having fun being stuck playing the waiter and the reporter and the cop for their entire career. So we're not going to do that. We're going to keep moving up to bigger and bigger and bigger and better roles. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for your time.